All right, in today's video we're going to be adding soft closers to these sliding doors. So this set of doors already has them installed, so you can see when you push them open it's going to close soft each way. So this door doesn't move all the way, you'll see why in a second. So these are fairly heavy doors, they're solid core, so you get a good finger slam if you didn't have this system. And you'd also have to have a bumper to stop it from opening too far. So we have to add a trigger in the track on each end and then add a damper to it. So for the closing side, let's look at this closer, but the trigger is about 8.5 inches from the side. And on this one, like the outer one, it's a little bit different. So its trigger is about 16.25 inches, and you can adjust this after the fact. And then on this end, it's about 8.75 inches. So we'll take a look into the other room where I'm going to be doing the next doors. I just wanted to show you the function of this first. Alright, so we've got two kits here. So basically, we're not going to be using this part here as it's already on the door from the original installation. So we'll take that off. One thing to note is that when you have this all the way up, it protrudes through here and it's going to bump into the triggers that we're going to be putting into the track. So your doors do need to be lowered down 1/16 of an inch so that the threads don't get in the way. If that's a problem, you could take this out and shave off some extra threads if needed. It comes with an extra wrench and just the tool for putting in the track triggers. Then there's some instructions. The instruction is actually designed around having a pocket door. But basically, what I did was I put the main track on the outside of the door, and then so the single pair of wheels is going to be in the middle, and then I put this on the outboard edge of the door, like on the jamb side. So on the outer door, I'm putting the outer door on the right hand side on all of the rooms. And then the inner door is on the left hand side. So this would need to be flipped for the inner door the way I'm doing it. That's just for consistency, so they all sit the same way. Because of that room we were just in, it's a little bit different because it's got some trim features inside of the room. So what I recommend you do when you're setting up the closet is take the inner door and just put it in against the wall inside the closet, and then work on the outer door first. So these doors, I did paint them with cabinet trim paint. So it's first I did a shellac primer on it, and then I used some emerald paint, which you're probably not going to use. Like, this is a cabinet paint, you have to spray it, you can't do any other way. So I wouldn't recommend using that unless you're going to be doing like all your trim and you want everything to match. But that's the route you can take, and just to give you a feel. So the doors match all the trim, and then the header is matching the trim as well. So I just get started on this job so we can sort of see how I go about it. Alright, so we're getting the room organized now. So I've got the inner door in the closet ready to go. It's got the tops set up according to the Home Depot instructions, so it's about, I think it's 2 3/4 inches in from each side to the metal clips. And then depending on the thickness of the door, you position them at a different step on the door. And then again, this door here, set up the same way, so it's ready to go. That's the outer door. And you have to put in the damper in between the triggers, so you got to do that first. So this trigger from here to the outer edge is 8.5 inches as a start, and then the other side it's going to be about 16.5 inches to the outer edge, or this edge of the trigger, and that'll allow the door to move from side to side and park just before the jamb on either side. So in this location it doesn't matter which door is the front door because it'll just park fine, but the other room you can see how it acts a little bit differently. So just to show you how the damper works, this is it here. You need to have the trigger parts on the outside, so if you push it you see just how it goes in. And again, same deal there. You don't have to be overly strong to do that. So for this one, again, you want the 3 bogey on the outer edge to take the weight of the door, and then this is just kind of hanging along. Interesting, doesn't want to go in there. So you wouldn't be able to slide this in if the trigger was in position. It would get bound up on here. So that's working on here, and you could take some measurements and see if your door is going to work or not. And you just slide this into the track. You put it at 8.5 inches and you snug it down. You'll have to move them around a bit, but ultimately you need to have these set screws in far enough that it doesn't get hung up on here. And then you need these hangers out far enough that they don't get hung up on there. So now you'll be able to put this into the frame. This trigger is going to be a bit of a problem. It's close to that screw. I may need to drill that hole and move it over a little bit. And that's just the nature of the way things are. I think this is a 24-inch door. But the width of the door doesn't matter as long as you've got your pieces the correct distance from each edge. Okay, you also need the second set of bogies in here before you put this up. And then I think for my application there ended up being 7 screws. So I just have a little impact gun to put that up. Then I have 2 of these wind bags for lifting up the door to get it in position. Some doors are like really light. These ones are medium weight. So it's good to have 2 of these so you can kind of work away at it and get the door in position. So I'm not going to show me placing the doors. It's a bit fiddly. Obviously do one end first, whichever end works best for you. Get it on for the outer door, and then get the inner door in after that. With the other room, in order to set the stop on the inner door, because it doesn't move all the way, I did need to drop the door and turn it out of the way to reach into it with the Allen key. But in a symmetrical installation like this, you won't need to do that. Alright, got the first door in. The 8.5 is about right. The 16.5 is way off. I'm not sure what I've done wrong here, but it's coming up short by however many inches. Sorry while I look for my measuring tape. It's off by about 6. So anyway, I can fix that. But in general, that's the way it works. It's a pain in the butt to hang these doors, but you can do it. And do the next one. I did have to buy a different bottom slider, so I wanted to have white ones, and the kit came with those black ones there, so you can just put that into the carpet. I do have a bunch of washers that I use. I put about 6 washers under each screw before I put it down, otherwise it just sinks into the carpet and can't do its job. So I'll get the other door in here and we'll get it set up. Alright, got the next door in. You can see it's not plumb as of yet. It's got the same problem where it's stopping way too soon. But it's stopping, so that's good. You can hear the bump, so that one's over traveling, and it's not plumb either. So you have to you want to get your doors so that when they're at this position, that they're similarly plumb. You can see I'm out by quite a bit. So you can use the tool here to reach up and adjust the height of the doors, and then you'll pick whichever end and set it up so that it is touching, or just about touching, the most proud part of the jamb. It may be the top, the bottom, or the middle, depending on how the jamb is installed. You might have a hump in it somewhere. And then you'll come back and you'll set the stop on this end. So, and you won't change your plumb on the opposite end, but you will adjust your stop so you've got like about a nickel gap so that you don't hear that clunk. Installation's all done, so I got the guide on the bottom. It turns out that the right side door will be the outside door in all cases, because the jambs are not parallel with each other and the doors are not quite either. So grab the door, comes to a close without a bang. Actually, I went past the extent, so I'll have to shuffle those over a little bit because the door will not close unless you have to get guided in. So I can make that adjustment. And then for this door here, let's see if it runs out. So it's fine and it doesn't bump, but you can see the gap is not true all the way, as is the case with this door here. So it only looks correct when the right door is on the outside. So I'll have that in all the rooms, so that way it's ease of operation. Now for the stops, you can see they're not quite in the same spot. Kind of strange as to why that might be. And again here, same case. But anyway, you have some washers, you get your correct color guide kit, you get 2 of the door stopper kits. I'll have some links in the description for that stuff. An hour and a half of kind of fooling around and you should be okay. You'll have doors that don't slam and they stay put, they don't roll. If your track is not flat, that could be an issue with the doors rolling back and forth. But this is not going to be a problem here because it's parked on either extent. So you're good to go. So hopefully this is useful. Thanks for watching.